I wanna be the best Needle too. Let's see. Well, this time we are not a pure white entity. We are actually the kid that we all know and love. Okay, no, that's loud. Well, it's not that loud, actually. Actually, it might be... No, it's not fine, okay. It should be a little bit less loud. It's weird because the title screen was extremely quiet. I mean, this is also quiet compared to the previous game, though. Okay, the previous game was a lot louder than this. Check for example... No, I mean, I know what you mean. The problem is finding it. Oh, I also have a ribbon. It's great to see the progression of the dev. Yeah, that's cool. You can see that here he didn't want to go for transparency as much as he wanted to go for more vibrant colors, you know. Oh, the one thing that is blinking is the portal. That's interesting. Apparently, and at least according to Delicious Fruit, this game is like a lot harder than the first. Well, I don't know, a lot is relative, but the point is that it is harder than the first one, apparently. We will see. Are you going to make one of these? I mean, my idea is making, yes, a Needle fan game as my first one. And yeah, making a fan game like this will be very good. Like, if I am able to finish a fan game like this one, that will be great. These fan games are just very, very well done. Like, obviously, it's a Needle fan game and it's very simplistic, and it's not something that is gonna satisfy the super good players. But like, the point is that even if it doesn't, it can satisfy the mediocre players like me. That's all I want. As long as obviously the Needle is fun, I see no harm being done. Also, let me know if it is too loud. I think it isn't, but I'm just asking in case it is loud. It isn't? Alright, thank you. Interesting that the decibels are so different from one game to the other. Very, very different. But yeah. It's fine by me. Also, the responsiveness that the previous game has is also here. That's for sure. At least that's something that seems to... it seems like it will be like that in these games. That's great. And you will see firsthand how annoying it is to balance sound. No, I mean, I understand the way that decibels work. A lot of music is in different decibel levels, but that's something that when you use Audacity, it's not that hard to balance. It's just that you need to do it. It's not like you can just put the songs and tell Game Maker, yeah, balance the sound, bro. Yeah, sure, you will have to do that manually, but I don't think that doing it manually is that hard. It's tedious. Yeah, but I mean, I guess it just depends. Because at least it's a relatively streamlined process. You know? The hard part of balancing the decibels is not making it loud enough for the sound to start distorting. That's what's important, because you can make a song louder, can increase its decibels, but like eventually all those decibels that you increase are gonna make the sound sound like shit. The song sound like shit. So yeah. Maybe you can make an Audacity macro to do it in one click. Well, I mean, but the thing is that the decibels to increase is always different, are always different. You don't always increase it in the same level. Like some songs you might want to increase them like in 6 decibels, some others on 4, some others on 20. Do you multi-stream? No. No, because Restream doesn't have good servers for my country. Restream only has servers in Sao Paulo. And the problem is that when you concentrate the only server in the region in one of the most densely populated countries in the world, it's not a good idea. It also happened with Twitch at some point. That Twitch, for some reason, at some point, discontinued the rest of South American servers. So the only available one was in Brazil. And it was very shit. But thankfully they brought them back. So right now, for example, I'm using a Buenos Aires server. You know, so I can stream without trouble. But unfortunately, Restream doesn't have that, or at least not the last time I checked. I don't know if they brought it back or whatever. Hey Sana, how is it going? This game seems pretty cool, indeed. I mean, I just beat the first one, and it does its job very well. It is indeed a needle game. This one also is a needle game. It might be slightly, or maybe not so slightly, harder than the previous one. And in fact, I mean, according to Delicious Fruit, this is the hardest of the I wanna best the needle. And it's not like this game has few reviews. In fact, it surprises me that it has so many reviews. Like all of the games in this collection of games have like 40 reviews. I will say that the difficulty rating is probably very accurate, which means that this will be the hardest one. Which is cutting cost in a lot of countries. They are concentrated on the countries that give them the more benefit. Well, at least for now, they are not cutting the South American servers. Maybe they will do it again at some point. I mean, that's the reason in the first place why there was like a year and a half that I stream exclusively on YouTube. Because I just couldn't have a good connection using the Sao Paulo server, so I had instead to, you know, to go to YouTube that has obviously servers all over the world. That's the thing. If anything fails, at least you know that you can just go back to YouTube, and YouTube is gonna work. Obviously, it's gonna work, but you're not gonna have the exposure that you will have on Twitch. But hey, at least you will be able to stream for the people that are regular viewers of yours, right? That's the good thing. Pay your taxes. I mean, the problem with Twitch is that it operates as a loss, because the amount of money that you need to maintain servers like this that are being use so much constantly, it's a lot. You know? Oh, we are in a green area now. Wait, this one is also a little bit quiet, isn't it? Yeah, it's a little bit quiet. Alright, let me make it louder then. Wait, louder is the other side, my bad. I was making it more quiet. This is with no limiter, by the way. Like, I'm having OBS without limiter. Like, this is the loudest it can possibly be. So you can tell that this song is very quiet. This is with no limiter at all. I usually never run OBS without sound limiter. I guess this song is gonna make me do it. Imagine searching Cave Story streams on YouTube, yeah. That's hard to do. I mean, no, that's the thing. Anyone that... Well, in fact, I don't think I got a single regular viewer from YouTube. Because Kyle came from Toho in Twitch. Yannick also came from Toho. Riemann came from Toho. Clonecat also came from Toho. Reynot and Yami came from I Wanna Be The Guy. Well, you came from Cave Story, but the thing is that you came from Cave Story on Twitch. And I'm pretty sure Wasabi also came from I Wanna Be The Guy. And well, now Lilo-san came from a raid from Big Malone from the shoot 'em up category. So yeah, you can tell that Twitch in terms of exposure is very good at doing that. YouTube really isn't. I mean, I did get one viewer from YouTube that it's still on my Discord, but he doesn't really frequent the stream. I think he came from YouTube, probably. Perhaps. I don't know, actually. I'm impressed you remember every viewer. Bro, that's not very hard to do when you're... When you have viewers you can count with your hands. You know? When you can count the viewers with your hand, it's not very hard to remember, I will say. You know? If you were 100, it will be a little bit different. I probably wouldn't remember any other than the first ones. Yeah, when we are not that many, it's very easy to remember. You know? Who came because of your Honey Pop stream? I did. I'm just kidding. I didn't stream that game. I did play it though. It was a cool experience. But yeah. Wondering what it takes to reach those numbers. I mean, it depends. Some people are the best players or like the top 10 players of the games they play. Other people are just very charismatic. Other people are just very good at social media engagement. Like they have Twitter and stuff like that. They are very good at promoting their stream. That's pretty much the three things that can happen. The thing is that I don't have any of those three things. So that's the reason why those numbers don't happen. I don't have social media. I am not even close to being the best in any game I play. And I also am lacking on the charisma side, so you mix those three things together, it makes sense. But there can also be a fourth thing, that is if you have edited YouTube videos. I don't edit my videos aside of the basic cropping to show a specific part, but yeah. Playing Friday Night Funkin' at Freddy, yeah. Well, that also is not the case. Or it is the case if you do it continuously. I remember when I played Five Nights at Freddy on Twitch, and a lot of kids came to my stream. And yeah, I didn't like that. But the point is that doesn't matter if you don't play it continuously. Can you promote your stream so it shows at the top of categories? That's not how it works. In a category, your stream will only show at the top if you have the most viewers, or if you somehow fit into the recommendations of a specific user. What you can do is promote your stream so it reaches the front page of Twitch. It's something that you pay and you can get it. That being said, I'm not paying anything, so yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Not to mention, I wouldn't want to promote my stream like that. I wouldn't want to have a front page dueler come here. I became a Fontaine nobleman. What are you implying? Another game that also have a lot of kills when I played it was Geometry Dash. I don't know why kids like that game so much. I mean, it's not a bad game, but I don't know why it attracts kids. I guess it's because it's a game that their parents allow them to play since it doesn't have anything out of the ordinary. I don't know. The point is that those type of things can bring you new viewers, but the thing is that they will only stay if you keep playing that. Because those people are not interested in, I don't know, 1943, right? Like, those people that came from a game like Geometry Dash will come here and be like, what the fuck is this piece of shit game? Are you 80 years old, grandpa, or whatever? Right? So, yeah. Well, some other people wouldn't even bother to check your stream if they see that in the sidebar the game you're streaming is not the one they came for when they follow. Which is something that I also do. If I see that one of the streamers I watch for a specific game is playing something else, I usually don't watch it. It's a normal thing. Like if you follow a streamer because they are very good, I don't know, well, I could give a real example. One of the streamers that I follow plays Trackmania and is pretty much the best player in the entire game. So when he doesn't play Trackmania, sometimes I check it out, but I usually am only interested in watching him play Trackmania, simply because he's the best one, you know? So that's not a surprise that a viewer wouldn't check your stream if you're not playing the game that they originally follow for. So yeah, that's the thing why games like Geometry Dash could bring a lot of new viewers. But yeah, you need to keep playing it if you wanna keep them. And that's not something I'm willing to do because it's not a game that I like that much. Well, I don't really like any game that much to play it non-stop, that's the point. When the Genshin streamers play Star Rail, What if I play Star Rails just to spite you? I wonder. What you gonna do? Just planning streams in category with lots of viewers and using virtual viewers to reach the top by views? Nah. That's not something I'm willing to do. That's cheating. Like using bots to inflate your viewer count is cheating. I don't like cheating. You know? Besides, it also robs... Well, doesn't really rob anything, but the point is that it's cheating and I don't wanna do it. Gabby reads all the comments, by the way, you don't have to add him. I mean, I don't particularly mind. I do try reading all the comments. Sometimes I might miss a comment. Like, it happens that I miss a comment simply because I couldn't catch it and I think I might have read it, but I didn't. I usually read every comment, and that also includes comments I don't answer to. Because there are a lot of comments that I don't like. So instead of answering them and possibly pissing me off or insulting whoever says the comment, I just let them pass. Well, sometimes it's not about being a comment I don't like, but a comment that I don't have any answer for either. You know? It doesn't necessarily have to be a comment I dislike, but yeah. I do that sometimes. Wait, what? Am I supposed to go here? No, I'm not. Wait, but what's the point of that place? I don't know. Nice. Your banter is very good when you aren't talking about having tea with the Antichrist. My banter? But I don't banter. What are you talking about? I only banter when someone provokes me. I don't tend to banter for the sake of it. That's not what I do. What I do a lot of times is criticizing the developer of the game I'm playing. But that's not banter, that's just me not liking what the developer might have done at some point. You know, wouldn't count that as banter, that's more like criticism. And bantering with the viewers, I don't do it unless I get provoked. Like if someone is like, yeah, this game might not be very good, but at least it's better than the garbage that is Project Diva, right? So like if you say something like that, I'm obviously gonna answer back. But yeah, ignoring is king, ignore all the times. I don't ignore coworkers, no. Well, sometimes, some very specific times I do. But yeah, I usually end up answering at some point, just that I ignore for a moment, because for that moment, if I answer something, it will be to insult them. So basically, sometimes I even do that, like I take an hour or more to answer, just so I don't insult them or something, right? Like some time to calm down. Friend parents? Nah, I don't do that. I will never ignore my parents or my friends. Well, my friends, it depends. Sometimes they are stoners that want to play something that takes 3 hours at 1 AM, in which case I do ignore them and I go to sleep. But yeah, I mean, that's for them being stoners. Like, come on, bro. I need to wake up early the next day and you want me to fucking do Endless Tower in Ragnarok Online? Like, what the fuck, dude? You can do Endless Tower on your own. Well, for those that don't know, Endless Tower is a dungeon in Ragnarok Online that it's supposed to take 4 hours to beat. It doesn't really take 4 hours. 4 hours is the limit. You usually complete it in half that time, assuming you complete it. But if you don't complete it and you struggle with a boss, you usually go for the 4-hour mark. So yeah, no thanks. If you cannot say something good, don't answer. I mean, I don't think that that's a bad advice, but that's because insulting someone that you have to work with continuously doesn't ever solve anything. If anything, it just makes it worse, you know? I wouldn't say that's a bad advice for that situation. And I guess in general, like the only situation that I would consider insulting someone is if someone on the street wants to rob me or whatever. Like, yeah, insult is the least I'm gonna do. But aside from those very extreme cases, insulting is never a good idea. Which doesn't mean that you're not gonna do it, because having self-control is not easy, and sometimes I might insult someone even if it's not the best idea, simply because I'm very pissed off. But the point is that thinking it logically, insulting people is not very useful. And this is also very quiet. Why is everything so quiet? Sounds like the kind of song that Shibayan Records could come up with. Sometimes I ask ChatGPT to write a politically correct answer. I personally don't use ChatGPT at all. I just don't like the idea. Because, well, for one thing, I think that ChatGPT is extremely dumb for what it is. I don't think that it's at a level where I can trust it doing anything. I think that the other thing is that, you know, being able to express ideas is something that, well, express ideas with your speech. I mean, whether the speech is written or not, or speech like written or in person. The point is that it's a skill that you train. So if you want to train that, you need to do it yourself. We interviewed ChatGPT, it does better than most applicants. Yeah, but that's because it gives you the answers you expect. I mean, that's like saying that a calculator does better mathematics than a person. Well, yeah, no shit. But that doesn't mean anything, because, yeah, like ChatGPT can give you a better interview, and then what? Can it work better? No, it cannot work. Unless the work is writing essays, I guess. ChatGPT, I don't know, if you're interviewing a waiter, ChatGPT is not gonna be better than that. Because it's just a software, it cannot do shit. And even if you're interviewing someone for software development. Aside from hello world applications and some very basic things some very basic applications that it does from scratch, ChatGPT cannot at this moment in time replace a programmer. So yeah, it can do the interview pretty well, and then what? That's the reason why interviews should be given less weight than they do. Some people just don't do well in interviews simply because they don't like it. But that doesn't mean that they are not fit for the job. You know? I mean, obviously it's not like you have many other ways of knowing if the person you're interviewing is gonna be good for the company or not, but the point is that some people just do badly on interviews and that's the end of that. Doesn't mean that they are bad at the show. That's the reason why I will always celebrate the type of test that I got on my current job when I first got it. It was writing a program that did ads, and then came the human resources interview. But the point is that to show how good you are, you needed to practically show it, not make your, not decorate your speech. It was just raw programming. We interviewed ChatGPT about a bigger piece of software the interview did right and give it samples. About a bigger piece of software the interview we did right and give us samples. Yeah, but you already are giving it a base that the interview we already did. You know? I wouldn't say that that's very fair for the interviewee. Can you imagine that became the standard, do better than ChatGPT or get the fuck off? I mean, it will be a bad, because as I say, yeah, ChatGPT can ace an interview, and then what? What can it do? Nothing, because it's a useless piece of shit program. It's only good to decorate speech, and even then only if you put it between limits, because some things it doesn't want to say it. At least the current version of ChatGPT. Maybe there's gonna be ChatGPT 10 that is gonna be able to do anything. At least anything related to written things, right? Unless robotic advances, it still won't be able to be a waiter. But yeah, the point is that as it is right now, look at the interview with GitHub repository, request them to write a small piece of software that shows us how they understand a spec and design something that tells us how they think. Well, I don't know about that. I just know that my technical interview was writing a program on the spot in a programming language we never use. And yeah, that was the technical interview. I don't remember exactly what the what the program had to do, but it was something like print like the first leap years or some shit like that. I don't remember what it was. It was basically printing something, like printing dates that follow a specific logic. And you had to do that with a computer that was just format. Like it basically had the basic Windows stuff and Google Chrome, and that's it. It didn't have anything else. And you were supposed to write that in a specific programming language that you never worked with. That was the test. And that's the thing. If you ask ChatGPT that, I'm pretty sure ChatGPT can do it almost effortlessly, in the sense that it can write the code effortlessly. But yeah, the thing is that can ChatGPT also, you know, do all the stuff that the job needs you to do? I don't think that that's a very smart thing, comparing an interview to ChatGPT, because as I say, it's like asking for the math proficiency of someone. Proficiency. I think that's how you pronounce that. Of someone, and comparing it with a calculator and be like, well, the interviewee got the calculation way slower than the calculator. Don't think that's a good idea. Design algorithms, debugging languages, give complexity of all algorithms in all interviews. I don't know. I'm personally not a big fan of asking for algorithms. To me, if it's gonna be a technical interview for someone that is supposed to write code, I feel like the only thing that makes sense is that it's code that can be run. Like code that can be compiled into an executable. I think pseudocode is never a good thing to test anything. I just don't think it's useful at all. Unless, I don't know, you are interviewing someone for the position of teacher, I guess. It can compile into a working and fully functional error window. Well, believe it or not, being able to catch errors and properly display them is something that a lot of people don't do, myself included. So if you can make the error tell you exactly what the problem is depending on what happened, that's a good thing to have, you know? Debugging and languages are done in the language of choice of the interviewee. Design and algorithms can be done in pseudo. Well, as long as pseudocode is not required, I think it's fine. I just think that pseudocode is an absolute waste of time for everyone. Because as long as it's a language that both the interviewer and the interviewee understand, it shouldn't make any difference in terms of the logic itself. Obviously, if for some reason the interviewee finds pseudocode to be easier, then sure, but whoop. But yeah, I don't know. I think that job interviews are trash and dumb to smoke. So yeah, what can I say? I don't like them and I will never like them. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, you also have to take into account that the standards in my country are also way lower than it will be in your country. So interviews like the one you describe, I don't think they exist here. I'm sure we lose some good candidates, but the candidates that pass are for sure good. Well, but it depends, I mean, because for example, using ChatGPT as a base, how do you know, like, unless it's an interview in person, how do you know that the interview is also not using ChatGPT? You know? Obviously, if it's in person, it's a different story, but if it isn't, we have data of more than a decade of interviews. Yeah, but I mean, if they are good at using ChatGPT, I'm pretty sure that they could still sneak that in. Because, I mean, unless they put the most basic as prompt, I'm pretty sure they will be able to come up with something that, you know, we can tell that ChatGPT can do better than people that don't pass, but it cannot do as good as the top 5%. Well, I don't know. It seems that your company has some very high standards. Which, I mean, is not a bad thing. I'm just telling you that I will hate you and your standards if I was looking for a show. But hey, it's alright. It happens. I personally hate interviewers a lot. I really do. But it is what it is. I hate them too. We used to ask for more things. Yeah, I guess it's just the way it is. But I don't know. I mean, I hate all type of job interviews. I hate job hunting, and I'm pretty sure everyone does too. But yeah, the thing is that I think I will never in my life side with an interviewer, ever. You might think, well, you say that until you become an interviewer. No, but see, that's your mistake. I'm not gonna become an interviewer. I'd rather quit than do that. So yeah. Algorithms used to be on your language of choice and ask the interviewee to write code that compiles on the board, including imports. I mean, I don't think that's very useful to do. Because usually the imports is something that you Google. You wouldn't know the imports by memory. Well, I guess it depends what type of shit you are recruiting for. But see, for example, in my case, I'm a web developer, right? So if they told me to write a Spring Boot REST controller, right? Like the typical gets and posts and shit like that. And they also ask me to write the libraries I include. like, I don't know, Spring Boot, whatever, security, HTTP method get, right? Like the whole root of the import for the enum HTTP method get, like, I will tell them to fuck off, and rightfully so, because who the fuck remembers that? That's something that's automatic. But yeah, I guess it depends, because if you're interviewing someone to write drivers, it's maybe different. I say maybe because I have no idea how it works. But well, I mean, I have more or less of an idea how they work, but I never work on a driver. But yeah, like, you ask them to put the C library that they use. Maybe, I don't know. But at least I know that in something like Java, asking someone to import a library that God knows which one it is like, come on, dude. Like, that's something that the IDE does for myself. Like, I know that I'm supposed to use the value HTTP method.get. I know I need to use that. But how am I supposed to remember the full root? Why would I remember it, right? What purpose does that fulfill? I don't need to remember the full root of the import. Like, I'm never gonna code Java in a plain notepad editor, so I have no reason to remember a library like that, you know? We only ask the interviewee to excel at the things he needs for their job and not at everything. I mean, that's how it should be. And that's the thing that also, like, because I didn't only have one interview. Well, I mean, I had one interview at the place I am now working at. But the point is that before that, I had other interviews at other places. And I remember that there was an interview that was asking some shit that was, like, very specific. Like, it was something, an SQL thing that was super specific. Like, what did the function whatever do? Like a system function of a database engine, right? I don't even remember if it was SQL Server or which one it was. It was basically something that was specific of one database engine. Like, for example, how in SQL Server, if you want to get the first 4 results, you need to use top 4 at the beginning of the query, right? That's like that in SQL Server, but in other ones it's different, you know? And one of the questions was like that, and I even told the guy that was interviewing me, dude, half of these questions I can answer you by Googling. Like, this is not a good interview. And needless to say, they didn't hire me. But, like, I was so pissed off because I'm like, what kind of garbage you're asking me? I could answer you this in 10 seconds using Google. What, you think that I'm gonna work without internet? You think that I'm gonna work in the middle of an island without access to Google? Like, if I need to search how to fetch the first 4 results in a database query, I'm gonna Google it. I'm not gonna memorize how the fuck to do that. I mean, obviously, if you're a database manager, well, I don't know how you call it in English, but basically the guy that manages a database, like, yeah, I understand that eventually you will memorize it because you're gonna use those queries a lot. But I wasn't being interviewed to be a database manager. I was interviewed to be a developer. Like, you know, I don't know if it was web developer, though I would assume it was. And Like, that type of question is just so stupid. Because if I'm able to answer it, what do you get from me? That I'm good at memorizing stuff? Yeah, pretty good. Alright. Memory can only take you so far, especially in programming. Programming is more important to be creative with your solutions than it is about memorizing if a function belongs to X or Y library. That's not useful at all. Knowing your standard library well makes you perform better? That's not true. Because you are thinking of something that takes 10 seconds at most. Like, it's more useful to know if the interviewee can come up with a solution to a problem that is something that you cannot Google, instead of asking them to remember by memory where the fuck the library that you need to use comes from. It serves no purpose. You can just Google that in 10 seconds. Yeah, you can technically say, well, but someone that memorized that can do that 10 seconds faster. Yeah, alright. Congratulations on those 10 seconds you saved. I want to know if that person can also be able to solve a problem that requires thinking and not memorizing. And maybe he can, I'm not saying he cannot. Like, maybe you can memorize that and be creative enough to come up with a solution to a novel problem. Obviously, it can definitely be the case. But by asking someone to memorize a library, you are not testing that. You are just testing the person's memory. Or interviews last a whole day. It seems a little bit too long. But yeah. The point is that, as I said, I hate interviewers, I hate interviews, and I hate IT as well, in general. But hey, it is what is able to, give me a living. But I hate almost everything related to it. I hate the environment, I hate doing it. I hate a lot of things. Study something else? Yeah, that's surely a good idea. Yeah, well, obviously salaries are high because it's a piece of shit. It's supply and demand. There are not many people that get into programming because it fucking sucks. It's no wonder. But yeah, there are some people that find it fun, but they are the minorities. Like the type of people that will find fun to get kicked on the balls. Yeah, some people do. There are people that like that. Sure. But yeah, everyone and its dog wants to work. I mean, everyone wants to earn money, obviously, and everyone wants to earn a lot of money. So yeah, if a specific career pays a lot, well, yeah, obviously it's something that a lot of people, even if they are not interested too much in the topic, they will try to get into. There is a reason why it still has so much demand. Even after so many people have kind of like adapted to like the to the market, to the market. Wait, I say demand. I say that there is not, no, that there is a lot of demand, yes, and not enough supply. And even when people have noticed that, there is still not enough supply. That should tell you that it's something that most people in their right mind will prefer not doing. You know, I prefer not doing it. It just happens that I'm relatively good at it. And I know how to do it, obviously. But yeah, it's basically a piece of shit. Well, it's not worse than something like a blue-collar shop. Like, obviously, if we compare it to a shop like that, well, yeah, it's not that bad. But yeah, might as well compare. Might as well saying that, yeah, this vegetable doesn't taste as bad as grabbing something from the trash bin. Yeah, that is correct, but I don't think it's a very useful comparison. Which vegetable it is, I'll leave it to your... I'll leave it open for you. Ah, damn it. I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to save the double jump there. So I think that the distance between this and this... No, I think... No, I need the double jump for this one. There is no way with a single jump I can reach here. So this is the one that needs the double jump, then you get the refresher, you bounce again, and then double jump here. Team, that's quite hard. This actually is a hard checkpoint. I think there's not enough supply of great candidates in all domains. But it's not about great candidates or not, it's about that they are not enough great or not, you know? Like, at least where I live, there is not nearly enough software developers as there are doctors. Well, doctors. Maybe doctor... I mean, that's true, but I think a better example will be something like liar or a liar. Lawyer, not liar. Lawyer or psychologist. There are a lot of lawyers and psychologists here. So whether they are good or not, it doesn't matter. They are more whether good or not than software developers. You will hate our line management too. They ask brain teasers. I mean, I think that it's not a personal thing. It's not like I will hate your company because they do something in particular. I most likely will hate them all. You know? So yeah. It's not a matter of one particular one. But yeah. I'm just saying that if there is not enough supply, it's simply because what is there is dog shit. As in, the shop is dog shit. After you enter, it's quite relaxed. Yeah, I know, that's the case everywhere. It's just the interview that is a piece of shit. I know. But that still doesn't take away the fact that... Oh, I fucked up. Wait, you're supposed to do this so you can actually make it here. Guess... Wait. Hold up. Or maybe I did fuck up because I did it too fast. Because you can make it from here to here in a single jump. But why did I double champ again here? Like, I got this and then I double champ? I double champ here, right? Yeah, I think that I should panic. I don't think that whatever I tried to do was a good attempt. I should panic for no reason. My bad. Alright. But you know, my point is that, at least to me, software development is fucking shit. But hey, that's just me. I know that there are people, again, that enjoy it, but if I had to take a wild guess, most people that do it would rather do something else. But because it gives money, they do it. Obviously. People with high IQs? Well, that's already a problem. IQ is a completely worthless measurement. IQ is very good at measuring how good you are at solving specific puzzles. That's the only thing that IQ does. It's absolutely worthless outside of it. So if you already start with that, I will already disagree with your organization's method. IQ is worthless. It doesn't say anything about the person's intelligence, despite the name. Intelligent quotient my ass. It never determines intelligence. It just determines how good you are at puzzles. And hey, if that's what you want, sure, but I'm pretty sure that's not what you want. I'm pretty sure knowing how good someone is at a puzzle is not very good at knowing if they will be a good developer or not. How being academically inclined, I also don't think that's very useful either, but I guess it makes more sense at least than fucking IQ. Of all things. Or maybe I cannot do that champ. Did I do a double champ or did I not? Now I don't remember. I mean, I will do a double champ. I can't remember if I did or not. If I double champ after that third vine. Maybe I did and I'm just forgot about it. For this organization it works. I mean, sure. I'm not saying it might not. I'm just saying that IQ is worthless if you want to hire a software developer. You want to hire a puzzle solver, sure, it's quite useful. But yeah, for a software developer, testing IQ is completely worthless. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I troubled myself so much with that. It wasn't that hard. I mean, it was hard, but not that hard. Wait, is this loud? Let me check. No, this one seems to be fine too. Okay, well in that case, let's leave it like that. The Hyrium. It sounds like the kind of song that will be from Ragnarok Online. I don't know if it is or not, but it definitely sounds like the kind of song that could be in Ragnarok Online. I don't know. Kyle will tell me if that's the case or not. But then again, recognizing all 200 songs from the soundtrack might be a little bit hard. They are successful. I mean, I'm not saying they are doing things wrong. I mean, I don't even know what company it is. The only thing I'm saying is that IQ is worthless as a metric. IQ never says anything other than puzzle solving skills. And very specific puzzles. Obviously, the type of puzzles that you are tested with. And not all puzzles are the same, you know? But yeah. I just hate the concept of IQ. If it at least was named something else, maybe I wouldn't get so easily triggered. But the fact that it's called intelligence quotient is very enraging to me. Like having the guts to say that someone is intelligent simply because they are good at puzzling, and even worse, someone that isn't good at puzzling is not intelligent, that pisses me off a lot. It really does. It's some type of... What will be the right word to use here? It will be... It's not narcissism, it's something else. It's also not pretentious. No, it's another word that I'm looking for. Basically, having the guts to call someone intelligent because they are good at solving puzzles is... yeah. You will hate where I studied? Yeah, most likely. I mean, I most likely... As I said, anything related to software development I probably hate. So yeah, don't worry. I most likely do. 10,000 students but only 50 graduate each year. Yeah, that sort of stuff also pisses me off a lot. I hate that sort of exclusivity. But I hate exclusivity in general. So yeah, I will probably do. But yeah, it is what it is. Different strokes for different folks or whatever. You know how the saying goes. Oh, also the word I was looking for is insolent. Like being insolent enough to think that someone is not intelligent because they are not good at puzzles. That's the word I was looking for. Insolent is the perfect word for that. To me, someone that thinks that someone is intelligent because they are good at solving puzzles or dumb because they aren't, yes, that's insolence. That person is insolent. To me. Everyone can study. Yeah, but if everyone can study but only a few graduate, it's the same as nothing. But yeah, the point is that I'm not a fan of that sort of stuff. God damn it. How did I do this champ the first time and now I'm struggling so much? Like, that mini spike is obliterating me and I'm not sure why. Like, the first two attempts were very good. And now all of a sudden that mini spike... Because if I delay it too much, the champ is not enough. Right? It's not enough. To pass so many tests during our lives. I mean, you don't need to tell me that. You know that both in school and in university, I was the student with the highest grades. You know? In fact, hold up. Ah, damn it. Fuck. In fact, I never fail a single exam in university, for example. Not a single exam was failed. And yeah. I remember one of the exams, in fact, that I had in university. I was the only person that passed it, and with a perfect grade, like a 10 out of 10 grade. So I particularly am not salty about that sort of stuff because I did badly. It's precisely because it doesn't mean shit. There are a lot of people that fail those exams that were very good. Just that the exams were probably too annoying to do them in the amount of time you needed to do. So, you know. But that's the thing, like, it comes mostly from a fact that you end up filtering people that don't deserve it. Like, sure, the few that remain probably are what you're looking for. But it might also not be the case. I don't know. I just don't like that whole... I don't like the concept of exams in the first place. But yeah, it is what it is. Why are you leaving? Because I say that I hate interviewers? But you already know that. That's not a surprise for you. You already know I hate interviewers and I hate you as well. So, I don't know how that surprises you. Or is it because I say something else? What did I say this time? This is what I want to tell girls? Well, I don't know what you want to do with girls. That's a different topic that I'm not very good at. Wait, why are you calling me a hipster? Well, what did I say that implies I'm a hipster? Are you watching another stream? What the fuck did I say that makes me a hipster? That I dislike exams? How is that being a hipster? Who the fuck likes doing an exam? If anything, I will be a hipster if I say that I like exams. Are you out of your mind? What did I say that makes me a hipster? I don't get it. What is the big deal? Wait, how do you do that? You cannot double jump. You need to somehow do a single jump and then team. That looks quite hard. No. The question was for Kael, not for you, Lilo. I know that you should say that to repeat what Kael said. I'm asking Kael why he thinks I'm a hipster for what I say. But yeah, have a good night, Lilo-san. Thanks for hanging out. I refuse to fail an exam. Interesting. Very... I see no flaws in that logic. I'm a hipster, yes. I was the only one that passed an exam. It could be. That's a funny thing to say. You know, I actually remember in school there was someone that had pretty much like the worst grades in the whole class, and I remember he said something that was pretty funny. Like, he was like, you know what, Gabby, you don't have the balls to fail an exam. It was pretty funny. And that guy was also pretty funny in general, actually, now that I remember. He was a cool guy. Unfortunately, a lot of people bullied him because of the choice for his football team. He was a fan of a football team that is absolute shit. Not to mention like that one of the bullies from the class was a fan from the rival team of that football team. That didn't help his case either. Looking back at it, he was a funny guy. He was definitely pretty funny. Those are the kind of things that, in my case, I only realized later. I probably would have never qualified that guy as funny before in my school years, but thinking back, that guy was pretty funny. Yeah, it is what it is. Sadly, he died. No. He didn't. Well, I don't know if he died. He might have. I mean, I know nothing about anyone from my school. So he might be dead for all I know. But yeah. Hopefully he's fine. I think that unfortunately... Wait, what am I looking at? Wow, that looks hard. You need to full jump here and somehow land here to then double jump here. Is that what you want me to do? That seems very hard to do. You really want me to do that? Okay. I mean, sure. That looks very hard. Not to mention that it's not even over after that. It seems like this zone will be super hard in general. So be it. But yeah. I hope he's fine. I hope he's doing well. And I was about to say that he's one of those guys that... Well, I guess that's the thing. He had a very unfortunate life for the little that I know him. It seems like the guys that have the shittiest lives are the funniest ones. It's a shame. It seems to be kind of a constant. I guess that's mostly because they choke around precisely to distract themselves from their shitty lives. It's a shame, though, that it has to be that way. Basically, it was kind of like the group of people in my class whose parents kinda didn't give a shit about them. So yeah, that's never a good thing. That's the thing, when you go to school, you encounter all sorts of cases. Everyone goes to school, regardless of from what family they come from. Ooh, that was hard. Okay. And what do I do here? Okay. Okay, that's also a hard jump. You need to have enough altitude to get past this spike, but also enough distance to get past this one. All in a single jump, because the double jump is here. Yeah, that is hard, indeed. That is indeed quite hard. I did that jump very low. I'm pretty sure I did a full jump for that double jump. That doesn't mean that it's gonna be any easier. Still need to line up your guy well enough. That does seem like a problem. Nice. Ooh, that was a hard checkpoint. And as I say before, I really wonder how long these checkpoints will take me if I had that input delay that I say that I have in most fun games. These checkpoints will probably be a torture to do. In fact, it really makes me wonder if I had the same non-existent delay that I have here, how fast I could have beaten games like Uhuhu Spike, for example. You know? Like I probably could have done them a lot faster, but it's hard to tell. Ooh, that was close. That, however, was not. But at least this checkpoint doesn't seem as hard as the previous one. Nice. What about the last one here? It had 3 gate jumps and they were not a problem at all. I am guessing if this section has like this section with like the red background and all this shit. If this is as long as the previous sections, I'm not sure if I will be able to beat this game today. Simply because one screen already seems very hard to beat. So I'm pretty sure that more screens will be a lot harder. Oh yeah. I don't know how it could be. But hey, if we need to continue tomorrow, that's fine. I don't mind. I am okay with that. I mean, after all, this is apparently the hardest game of this series, so if there is enough time, that there most likely will, I can just beat the other two and that's it. Well, I will assume I can beat them if the difficulty rating is accurate. Which I wanna believe it is. That was a pretty sad champ. It seems like those type of bonk champs are gonna be very numerous here. They are very easy to choke. So something that I don't like this background because it makes it kind of makes the blood get mixed with it, and sometimes it's hard to tell immediately that you died, because it's kind of like when you die you immediately see the red, right? But when the background is red, you don't really see it immediately. At least it's only on the upper half. The bottom half is more... yeah. It's different. But yeah. Also thinking, if I try my hand at making a Needle fan game, how well I will be able to actually make the champ designs, because you look at a lot of these champs, you might think they are not very complex because, like, after all, it's only spikes. But like, these things are... I don't think they are that easy to come up with. You know? You cannot just vomit spikes into a room and call it a day. Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like... yeah, like it is the way it is. Oof. Box. But hey, it's impossible to know if you don't try. It is not possible. I will assume that it also will take a lot of play testing. Just that it might be a little bit hard to play test your own thing. I guess eventually if you play test a screen too much, you get very used to it. And eventually, even if the screen is difficult, since you tested it so much, it's not really that difficult. And that seems like a problem. I mean, that's the reason why you have testers. And this guy also have testers. In the previous game, at least the README mentioned testers. 2 of them. I'm pretty sure that every fun game that I played has at least 1 tester. Because it is useful having someone with no experience with your game trying to beat it. They will perceive things differently, obviously. It's very useful to balance the stuff and things like that. Things that on your own are not super easy to do. Okay, no, you're first supposed to jump to the right and then do that jump. So that's also another thing that I need to learn. Which jumps are possible? Because to me, at first sight, this jump to the left is not possible. And even though I fail it there, it is possible. Because it's the only thing you can do here, obviously. So that jump is possible, but I wouldn't know it is. So if I'm designing a jump, I probably will never design this one because I just don't know that you can pull it off like that. No way, why would I want to jump here in the first place? Wait, you want me to do that corner jump, really? Well, that's unexpected. I think that's the first corner jump that the game makes me do. But I don't see any other place to go, so it has to be. Well, that's gonna be hard. That will be hard. I mean, corner jumps are not easy. The thing is that this checkpoint has all 3 of the commonly hard maps that you usually see. You get a diagonal at the beginning, a corner jump in the middle, and a gate jump at the end. All 3. That was such a shit jump at the double jump was bad. I don't know why I held back so much. It will be an issue. I don't know what other jump could be as popular as those 3. I mean, you have things like F jump. And other types, but I think that these 3 are probably like the most popular. The most popular common spike jumps you can have. This is a setup for this corner. No, I will not like to know, but hey, thanks for the offer. At least not yet. Maybe if I get tired enough of trying this checkpoint, I will ask you, but for now I think I'm fine. I mean, I was able to get past the corner jump once, it's just that I failed the double jump like a moron, but yeah. Holding back is not good for your health. You think so? And what if you are a Guile Mine in Street Fighter, huh? Did you think about that? How can you be a Guile Mine without holding back? Might as well play Ryu at that point. Yeah. Guile Mines disagree with your statement. I got it. Nice, team. That last champ, I'm pretty sure I was off by a pixel. I could have died. I was 1 pixel. Well, I guess off is not the word. More like 1 pixel in. If it wasn't for that 1 pixel, I probably would have died, and it would have been very sad because it was the champ after the gate champ. So that would have been very, very sad. Indeed. But yeah, don't worry, we are here. No problems. The setup was you can basically choose full champ and hug the wall and then hold left. Oh, because it has the align. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, after all, the reason why that corner champ surprised me in the first place is because corner champs of those 3 groups of champs, like gate, diagonal, and corner champs, for what I understand, are the hardest ones. Well, for what I understand and in my experience, they are the hardest ones. So it kind of shocked me to see one of them in the wild like that in a game like this. But yeah, if you can have a setup like that, it makes more sense. It's a classic setup for those corners, so it's good to know when you will encounter them. Yeah, it will definitely be something good if I can remember it, that is. You might be overestimating my memory a little bit. But yeah, I will try to. But hey, thanks for the advice. An attempt will be made on remembering it. At least. But yeah, it especially has to be a full champ. Because if it isn't a full champ, you don't fall fast enough for the guy to not hit the top spike. Because if you were to do a small champ, even if you hit the wall, the kid will just hit the top spike. But it's also important to remember it has to be a full champ. Because otherwise, not enough gravity to get past it. Oof. I don't like this jump. Nice. Okay, okay. Alright. We are doing some good progress indeed. Wow, this is... Okay, no, never mind. No, you can land here. So it was gonna be a lot harder than that. I wonder if, yeah, I will, yeah, you need to land there. Yeah, you need to. Just that it's so close to the wall that it almost looks impossible, but no, it is possible. I mean, it doesn't help that, well, I'm playing the game in full screen, and the sides of the window are black. Which means that in that bottom left, in my screen, it's basically seamless, in the sense that I cannot tell where the screen ends. I mean, you can tell if you look at the platform that is there, but the point is that you cannot immediately tell where the limit is. Oh yeah, it might be a little bit of an issue, but that's fine. Death outside from left and right border of the screen are kinda mean. Yeah, but I mean, at that point... Well, I guess the alternative will be just making you fall to your death instead of making you die to an off-screen spike, but... I mean, at the same time... I think that for what the game is, it makes sense, because the other alternative will be using walls. But if you use walls, it wouldn't have the... It wouldn't look the way it looked. It will have other champs. At least I got it there. Okay, that champ also is quite hard because it seems that it will be very easy to be very, very low. I think the most important thing is going to the right more than worrying about altitude. You need to worry more about distance to the right, obviously. Yeah, that's fine. That is fine. Nice. Okay. Pretty interesting with the screen opens up with a gate champ. Not just any gate champ. It's a gate champ you need to do twice, back and forth. Very cool start indeed. My real question is if I can beat this today. And I do have my doubts about it. I might be able to, but it's a hard question to answer. Especially because it's hard to tell how many screens there might be. I mean, I didn't really count how many screens per zone there are. Well, not to mention that I obviously don't know if every zone has the same amount of screens. Also here, I cannot tell if I'm supposed to land here first. I might need to. Yeah, I think I need to land here and then do a full double jump from here. Like, I think this jump is not possible. Like, you will hit this spike. Even if you do the highest height possible, I still think that spike will kill you. Well, that and if there is an available platform, it usually means you need to use it. I mean, it could be a bait, but this game doesn't have such a thing. Obviously, it could be the first and last one, but no, I don't think it's a bait. I think it's intended for you to land there. But yeah. Hey, what's surprising is that this is the only game in the series that he wanted to make that hard, considering that the other ones are a lot lower in difficulty. Maybe he just wanted to do something different and that's it. Oh, you cannot full champ there, really? I was sure that full champing there wouldn't kill you, but I was wrong. So it cannot be a full champ. Okay, that's rough. See, that's the thing that I mean when I say calculate the champs. Something that is very hard to do. Just rough. It's quite rough. Once you land there, I mean, as long as you know that it's not a full champ, it's not that hard to do those champs. And what in the name of God do we have here? I have a feeling that it's not just for when you die. I feel like this red background on the top is quite confusing. Well, confusing is not the right word. Distracting is the right word. And it is a little bit distracting. Because it's very... Well, first of all, it blends well with the bow. But it also kind of blends with the guy's hair. What were they thinking? I mean, it's not that intrusive. It could be worse. But it is slightly hard to make those champs. I mean, these champs are hard regardless of the background. That's the thing. Like if the background here was pure black or whatever, it will still be hard. But I will say that the background doesn't help too much. Oof. Nice, team. I did every other champ so well. I don't want to self-elate me that much, but holy shit. I did well, that's for sure. If I want to beat this today, I need to do better. That's what I know. Okay, what is this champ? Oh, this is a fucked up champ. So you're supposed to champ here. Like the first champ you have to be here, and then obviously double champ from here. Well, I guess you could do well, not that, but you could do a short champ as well. It's just that it seems that it's better if you do that champ. But yeah, that looks like a very hard champ. That's fine though. So be it. Yeah, something like that. What is for sure is that you cannot just drop and do a double champ. That is not enough distance for a single champ to carry. So you do need a champ before. The question is, how do you do that champ? What's the best risk-free way? No, I don't think there will be a risk-free way. It will be risky no matter what. But yeah. This guy also, aside from this, for I wanna best the needle, you also made... you also cannot bonk your head. Wanted to try if bonking will work, but no. it doesn't. I was about to say that this guy, aside from this series, he also made the typical floor fun game, right? Like the 50 floor and 100 floor fun game. Which is pretty much the reason why I found out about these games in the first place. Because I was looking for a fun game of those characteristics, like the typical 100 floor fun game. And I found that he also made this. So I wanted to play this. I wanted and I'm doing it. Nice. And I got it. Perfect timing. Absolutely perfect timing to finish the game. Man, what a good game. Both this one and the previous one, very well done. This guy definitely knows how to do Needle, but apparently the previous game was his first game and this second one is his second one. Unless he published a fun game in another place, these apparently were the first ones. So that's crazy. She thinks. I wonder if you get killed on the sides too. I will assume you do, yeah. That, and yet again, just like in the previous game, the game over is off-center when you're on the final screen. Not sure why, but that's okay. I guess I could read you what the use musics were, well, and also remember what this guy's name is. Maybe by tomorrow I will remember your name. Makedonia. Okay, I need to remember. Makedonia, he is Finnish apparently. Or at least the Mediafire upload was from Finland. But yeah, this guy definitely has a lot of talent to do Needle games. So the title screen is Ginga Force, Doom of the 7th Tier, Area 1 Omega 5 the Glacial Fortress, Area 2 another Ginga Force, Backdoor Blaster, Area 3 Das Mortal the Killing, and Area 4 Cyber Rainforest Separation. This one only had one tester. Surprising considering that it's a harder game. The previous one had two, but this one has only one. Well, not just harder, but it's longer because this one has 4 areas when the first one has 3. But that's fine. But yeah, well, having done this, you can definitely bet your ass that tomorrow I will play I Wanna Best the Needle 3 and then I Wanna Best the Needle 4, which are the 2 remaining ones in this series. But yeah, I am indeed quite pleased with it. So thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream with those. So have a good one and take care.